Are you kind? Tell you, I had to reflect on that today at the simplicity of kindness. Hi, I'm Laura from Life Coaching with Laura. And, today I had a sweet conversation with a young lady, and all I did was simply pray over her. And wasn't a great, deep prayer, right? It was just a prayer of gratitude and it, just a simple, loving prayer. And it made her cry. And I asked her, why does that make you cry? And she said, because you're so kind. See, this is a woman that hasn't experienced a lot of kindness. Isn't that so sad? You know that there's so many people among us that were raised up as children with very little to no kindness shown to them. Well, it made me think later, as I hung up the phone with her, it was brought back to my memory of when I served as a chaplain, and there was no clothing closet for the ladies. And so I had put one in my office. So those women that had just come in from jail or just newly with us and needed clothing, bras, panties, shirts, girls love to look cute. Hello, we're girls, right? So I would have this collection of things in my office. And an older woman came in. She was about 40s. And she came in, and I was just simply helping her to find some brasiers. That's it. And she would, taking her time looking at them. And, at one point, as we're just spending time together and saying, what do you think about this? And what do you think about that? And what do you think about this? At one point, she just broke down and started crying. Now, at the time, the woman was probably 10 years only younger than me. And I said to her, why are you crying? And she said, nobody's ever been this nice to me. Not even my mother. My mother was never nice to me. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine right there? I stopped and I felt those tears. And I said, God, you're allowing me to show her kindness. Like, how can we show the love of God but through kindness, right? It's one of the best ways. It is love. Kindness is love, and love is kindness. And sometimes we're running around, I'll speak for myself, like, how can I be loving? Just be kind. Just be kind, right? It's so free, right? But it is intentional. I have found so many times that kindness shapes people's lives more than we'll ever know. I was dealing with another woman who, talking about kindness, I want this to be a very deep, impactful truth for you, is I had another woman who had come in. She was very new to the center, and I was helping her pick out something to wear. I'll try not to cry. And I found her as like a simple, sort of like what I have on, a dress like this. And she said, I'm so grateful that you helped me get another dress. And I said, oh, well, I'm glad to. She said, no, you don't understand. The dress that I'm wearing right now is the dress that I was raped in. Girls, I could not wait to get that dress off of her and throw that stinking memory and dress into the garbage. Why do I share that with you? Because I don't share things to shock people or hurt people. No, I share it because it was so impactful to me. We don't know the history of the people right around us unless they choose to tell us. When we show kindness to people, and it's really God's kindness, right? When we dare to be kind to people, generous with people, it shapes their lives in ways that are way greater than we can ever imagine. Now, it was just that God was so good to let me know that, because the truth is, she could have kept that silent and walked away with joy in her heart and me not known that. But I believe the Holy Spirit wanted me to know that. Like, Laura, every time you bring a woman to a place to get clothing, well, Laura, you are touching something so deep inside of her that you have no idea. So my call to you is, how can you be more kind than you already are? To be kind simply means to be gentle. To be kind and gentle simply means to smile, to use your tone in a way that causes people to not feel frightened. You know, there's a lot of people that feel frightened with a raised voice. I have a lot of clients that they may be in their 50s, but because the trauma was so deep when they were young, that just hearing a loud voice brings about that old fear and trigger. Now, by God's grace, they're learning how to deal with it, live in the present, and live for the future that God has for them. They're not living in the past. But you know, the Holy Spirit taught me, and I'm going to leave it with you. And that is, you don't have to dwell in the past because the past dwells in you. So, because the past dwells in every single one of us, when we take the time to be kind, it is literally transformative for someone, beginning with ourselves. Well, as I always like to say, I wish you much peace and love.